Hello, my name is Aisha Yesufu, and of course, Nigeria is that one country that will always give you one drama or the other. There's always something to talk about. It's 1 week, one drama, 1 day, one drama, something, one drama, and that's the way it goes on. Today, I'll be talking about the Supreme Court judgment that happened Imo State. What has happened in Imo State? APC has been declared winner by the Supreme Court, and that's it. Woo! That really got people like, what is happening here? Because APC, when you look at it, is the fourth candidate in terms of the number of votes, and today is the one that has been declared by the Supreme Court as the winner of the 2019 Imo State Gubernatorial election. So I'll just take us through some of the things that I have here. I'm still trying to learn. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know much, but I'm just looking at some of the facts that have come out from the judgment and all of that to say what are those things and what do they portend for us all. So PDP from the results got about 270 something thousand votes. AA got 190,000, about 190,000. APGA got 114,000. APC got about 96. YPP got about 527 or something. 500, I don't know whether 50 something. I can't even remember, right? See what I've written here. But they were the fifth. So we have Ihedioha Emeka as PDP candidate, Uche Wosu as AA candidate, Ifeanyi Ararume as EPGA candidate, Hope Uzodinma as APC candidate, and Hope Uzodinma is the one that has been declared a winner by the Supreme Court. So what are the things on ground? A whole lot. First and foremost, a lot of people are like, okay, even if Ihedioha Emeka did not win the election or it has been cancelled, why is it not the second person that was given? Well, the problem is the second person, AA of the AA party, Uche Nwosu, was disqualified by the court. High Court in August 2019 disqualified him and asked INEC to remove his name because of the simple fact that he was in two parties. And it is against the law to be in two parties. Little technicalities. And sometimes the selfishness of our politicians and the desperation of our politicians just make them do a lot of things and they make a lot of mistakes. And you wonder, somebody who wants to be a governor, didn't you have a legal team that could see all of these things and advise you on it? So he was, Uche Wosu was originally in APC. They did a primaries in APC, which he won. He's the son-in-law of the then governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, and which Rochas Okorocha wanted to impose him on the people, and he was going to be senator and all of that. The APC didn't want that, and there was issue. They had squabbling and all sorts of internal tussle, and so they said no. They did another one. And this same Uche Wosu went to court to do an affidavit to declare that he was an APC member. At the end of the day, all of that, he decided to move on and go to AA party, and he actually got the ticket to run there. But of course, he forgot to go back and do, like someone said, a counter affidavit on that. So at the end of the day, it found that he was now in two different parties, and that is against the law. And hey, here we are. So he was, of course, disqualified. Then we come to the APGA, this thing. I'm still trying to find out what the facts are there. Initially, I thought he hadn't gone to court, but somebody pointed out that, oh, he too had gone to court. He was on this case. I don't know much about that. So we need to find out what is that about. And so, of course, in the comment section, if you have that information, please throw it in. We are all here to learn. I'm not a lawyer. I absolutely do not know anything about law. I just am a concerned citizen, and I just look at the issues and just try to look at them objectively. And so this is what we have. So right now the court have declared that, and it was unanimous decision. Yeah, seven-man APS court gave a unanimous decision, which was read out by Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun. And what they say is that Ihedioha Emeka of PDP did not have majority of the legal vote. So what is an illegal vote? I don't know. Of the law, they call it lawful votes. What is unlawful vote? I don't know. So we'll watch as the case, we'll watch as the lawyers explain to us so that we will know more. But what I found really interesting and intriguing is the fact that they said votes from 388 polling units were not declared in favor of, were not declared for accredited to APC. And that's like a wow. How did we come to a point where INEC declared the votes, if declared a result, if there were votes from 388 polling units that were not credited to APC? How was that even possible? Then you also come to the situation, of course, that somebody mentioned and said that, look, those votes were not declared by INEC because they were considered illegal votes according to INEC, because they had not followed the system, because INEC has a system of accreditation and everything. At the end of the day, these votes were just like, maybe like stuffing ballot boxes or whatever and bringing them in. They were brought to the collation center, votes had been declared, and then INEC said no. But here's the problem. In 2015, I believe it was, in the case of Yeso Wike, the current Rivers State governor, the Supreme Court declared that card reader is not admissible in the law. And even the violence we have today was true to that. At that time, it favored PDP. They were very happy. But they set a wrong precedent. And today, they are suffering that same precedent. And that's the thing about, court judgments. Because we run a common law system where judicial precedents are part of what we use. We use the Constitution, we use acts, we also have judicial precedents. And so this is what we have here. And so even though INEC would have decided that this thing did not follow the proper way of accreditation, of using the card reader and everything, but the court of course says it does, because the card reader is not in the law. If the card reader is in the law, that is when, of course, that would have stood. So today, that same judgment that favored PDP when they were at one time, today it's now against them. So right now, I see a lot of APC people are jubilating and all of that. The thing is that, what precedent are we setting? And this is something that really should concern all of us. And also, if you're looking at the fact that, what is INEC doing? Why are all these cases coming back? What are we having? We need to fix our electoral rules and our electoral laws. Also, so another thing also is the fact that I just want to point out is the fact that, just as an aside at this thing, we have a lot of technicalities that are being used. The law is not Father Christmas. It's not going to be there to give you what you want. Sometimes it's not fair. The law is not fair. It might not be fair. It's not there to be fair. It's just there to look at the facts, and the facts on ground, it's what will be looked at. You might not like it, you might not look at it, but they use the evidence. How they use the evidence sometimes is and sometimes people feel, okay, what has happened? Do we have a compromised judiciary? I believe that we have a compromised judiciary. It's not today, it's always been there. And judiciary is one of the problems that we have. People can't get justice and they go on to try and get extrajudiciary justice. A lot of the issues we have today, even the insurgency, like the Boko Haram insurgency, is due to the fact that there's no justice. If when Mohammed Yusuf was killed, the members of that sect knew that they were going to get justice, they might not have gone rogue with someone, with a bloodthirsty leader. But that's by the way, a lot of things are being affected by our judiciary, and we're having sometimes this keyword judgment that are coming out based on technicalities. For example, you saw what happened in Osun State, where I think it had to do with the Adeleke the case, where their case was thrown out just because they said a judge did not sign something. Is it the register or something? And that was it. Their case was thrown out. How is it his problem that the judge did not sign? Was he supposed to have made the judge sign? And meanwhile, the judge said on that particular day, he was actually there. Even though, but officially, because he didn't sign, it's not out there. It's crazy. But the Supreme Court has spoken, and it's the highest law in the land, and it has a final say, and that is it. And so we have a change of government in Imo State. There are other states that their own judgment are being waited upon. I think Katsina, they say January 20th is when they will be having the judgment. So we have Katsina, we have Kano, we have Plateau, we have Benue, and Bauchi states. These are states, 5 states that are also awaiting judgment. So what is going to happen? Who knows? How is it going to be? But we all need to understand that it doesn't matter whether the judgment favors you. Just know that tomorrow it might not. And there's enough to go around. Like they say in this Nigeria, it is turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. Thank you.